So what we're lifting up is for us to think about accountability and community control around a diverse set of identifiers around the existing public safety system. And one of the things that we want to bring some discussion to the table, and that's what we're getting ready to do now, is we recognize that different things resonate for different folks. There are some folks who really only want to work on totally shutting the system all the way down. 100% disruption, direct action, bring the whole system down to its knees. That's the accountability. And they want to do that through accountability metrics and measures and pushing on that. There's some folks who want to work on trying to think about, well, while you're doing that, how do we ensure that we are having some type of control or influence around who's coming into some of these departments and how we're evaluating that and how are we expressing some of our power and influence there. There's some folks that have appetite to say, like, we need to be providing some kind of training and using some of that to set a new benchmark for how we can evaluate how some of these folks are messing up so that we can be better positioned to hold them accountable. There's some folks that are like, we need to change this whole idea of how police even show up. And why is it that the public agency tells us how it's going to keep us safe when I don't feel safe? When they say, like, well, I'm actually buying a tank because that's how we're going to keep you safe. And I actually say, the tank don't make me feel safe. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know, thanks for the thought, but that doesn't do that, right? So we know that there is a diversity of different thoughts around that. What we want to ask us to do now at our table, and there's a little bit of a handout in your the tool that you were given when you came in that has, in essence, what you just saw in the vehicle around the heat change theory. We want us to have some discussion on, number one, reactions to that, negative or positive. So you can say that's a bunch of BS, and I'm not even spending none of my mental time thinking about this. Positive, or let's be real with each other. Some reactions to that, and number two, we want to ask folks to think about what are the two foremost parts of the heat change theory that resonate with you when we talk about hiring, equipment, accountability, and training. And it's going to be some of the work that we're going to be doing tomorrow to even unpack this with a lot of powerful activists, folks that are doing work around policy and protest and direct action, who we've all been trying to find ways to fight together. So at your table, let's have the conversation, reactions to this idea, and then secondly, what are the two areas that are you feel like there's the most opportunity for you to step in when you think about community control and transformation of the public safety system around hiring, equipment, accountability, training. So let's take the time that we have designated to do that. Let's have that discussion at our table, and then we'll come back for some report. When you get done with that, we have Post-its at your table. Are they at the table? Okay. We're going to bring you Post-its. What we're going to ask you to do is to write down which one resonates with you and go put it on the specific wall. So if it's hiring, we're asking you to place it on this wall. Place one of the Post-its on that wall. If it's equipment, place it on that wall. If it's accountability, place it on that wall. And if it's training, place it on this wall. And then we'll wait for an opportunity to circle back. All right, let's take time and do that at our table.